Hey, Chris Howard here, and today I want to talk a little bit about. I'm sorry, my voice is a little harsh. I just finished teaching a program out here in Bali, but I wanted to talk a little bit about how embracing failure can be our biggest asset on our path to success. And what brings this up for me is we went through this program, and I always tell people when they come to our Billionaire Bootcamp program that it's guaranteed to kick your financial evolution into high gear, but it's not guaranteed to always be comfortable. And it's in our most uncomfortable places that we grow. That's where the growth comes from. Growth doesn't come in a zone of comfort, right? That's why we use the metaphor. We go to the gym, we push our muscles to the point of failure, and it's only at the point of failure where we actually get the growth, when the repair occurs. If you're a fan of the tarot, famously, there's the Tower Tarot card, and the lightning strikes the tower. Everybody's falling out, and there's fire in the tower, and it looks like turmoil. Right. But it's that turmoil and that destruction sometimes that's necessary for new to arise. And I'm reminded of a story of Richard Branson when he was out and he launched Student Magazine, which was his first venture when he was, well, one of his first ventures. He was doing things since the time he was a teacher. But he launched Student Magazine in his teens, which was a political voice for students at the time, but they weren't making enough money. So they had to launch a little mail order record business that they called Virgin Records through the magazine in order to monetize it, but understand that solution had to come because of the problem that presented itself. And then they had a postal strike, so people weren't purchasing the records through the mail order business anymore. So they had no choice but to open up storefronts. And then the storefronts weren't doing well enough, so they said, "Well, let's get into the production side of music." And every shift that they made was in response to a challenge that arose. And so, we've heard before the metaphor that within every failure are the seeds of a greater opportunity. But one thing that I've noticed with the ultra successful, if you will, in any context, is that they have the capacity to take that failure and turn it into something greater, to actually grow because of it. And every time that you or I hit a challenge, and it could be in any context, in our career path or in our relationships or in our health, that challenge is a call to action. And we can heed that call and we can utilize that challenge to spiral us upward to greater heights of achievement and success, or greater depths of fulfillment in the context of our relationships, or greater understandings from a business or a worldly perspective that help us to create even more of what we want in our lives. Or the alternative is that challenge can spiral us downward to the greater depths of despair. And so my message here today is that when you hit those challenges, understand that that's a call for something greater. You get to become something more. In the hero's journey, in the classic hero's journey, when the hero hits their greatest challenge, that's where the hero rises and becomes more than they could have ever been before, and has even more to contribute to the world in terms of sharing their gifts. And you have the same. So if you have challenges that you're facing today, remember, this is your call. You're being called to rise above it, to evolve into an even more powerful version of yourself. And take that, if you will, and get out there and build your life in the likeness of your greatest.